Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2. So, I noticed something here. We're going to get to the Great Battle in a moment. But I noticed that I had absent-mindedly started to upgrade the salt plane. We need this population, actually, to upgrade the capital. At this rate, I've made it so that we wouldn't be able to upgrade the capital for another 8 turns, so we're just going to roll that one back. I only got a portion of the population point back. Well, that's foolish. That's something I should not have done. But honestly, I'm fine with just getting it in 6 turns. The salt plane doesn't really badly need an upgrade or anything. We do have more money than we're going to need now, so we may as well continue upgrading our income structures, right? I'm trying to think, is there any other thing that, like, desperately needed done? I mean, upgrading Galbaraz is probably a good idea. We had a... Well, actually, let's not bother fixing the Pools of Despair, because it's just going to get torn up again. We'll fix that once we've driven off the Bretonnians. But yeah, we should try to upgrade our main settlements as quickly as possible, because we are actually, like, desperate for high-tier buildings so that we can build some good elite units. And what else needs doing? Oh, actually, we might want to upgrade the Lost Plateau. At this point, it's going to take so long to generate the population to upgrade Khemri that we'll definitely make the money in time. But I want to do this so that we can put up walls. Karakazorn's being friendly now, but let's not trust that that will remain the case forever. Alright. Alright, we have 2 groups of 2 siege towers. And this, boy, I wish I had Settra's confidence. So, this is important. I think we'll probably win, right? And obviously we would have won the auto-resolve. But it's important that we do this in the... What's the word? How do I want to put this? It's important that we suffer the fewest possible casualties here. It's less important for us than it would be for a living force, because we can refill very quickly. But we may have to fight Archon's army, like, very soon after this. It would be cool if we could just push forward and do that instead of having to retreat and try to bait him into coming to us, because if we are strong enough after this to just push forward and defeat him and then take one of his settlements, we can use that settlement as a place to replenish, and then we can probably wipe out most of his empire before he's even able to put an army back together. If we have to fall back, he's going to have a lot more time to prepare. In the end, we might win anyway. But it will be smoother and easier if we can win this battle with relatively few casualties. Also of note, we're going to get to see our cool snake guys here in a second, and I'm very excited. I wonder what the logic for not getting the full point of population back when you cancel a building that costs population is. Doesn't seem like there's much of a reason for it. Okay, so they don't have too many towers on this wall. If we come in over here, we can probably only be in range of 2 of the towers for most of our approach. I think that's definitely what we want to do. So let's grab all of the tower units. We probably can't actually fit 4 towers onto that wall, but if somebody has to end up over here, that's fine. In fact, let's just assume that will be the case. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I'm going to bother gambling. 16's fine, and it'll be a little while before we cast our first spells, so... Alright, we want to be careful with the carrion guys. I suspect that we're going to see them get shredded pretty quickly by dwarf ranged units. So we want to keep them back until there's enough stuff close up for the dwarves to shoot at, probably. Also, hey, let's have a look at snake dudes. Yep, that is every bit as awesome as I was hoping it might be. These guys are so cool. These guys are cool, but I meant Khemri in general are so cool. Unfortunately, our chariots are going to be completely useless until we manage to breach a gate. So let's pull the chariots back here. Just try not to be in the firing arc of more of the towers than we have to be. So the plan is the towers push up, drawing fire from these towers, giving everybody cover. We hit the walls, take over. We might have to open this gate by coming down off the walls, but my suspicion is that the War Sphinx will get the job done before that's necessary. He's just going to charge the gate. He should be able to get out of the firing arc of the towers very quickly. And everybody else is pretty much just going to follow up. It's a shame you don't get to pick which units start in the siege towers. Wait, do you? Well, I guess I would start with these ones anyway. I was thinking like it might be nice to put the archers in the towers to get up on the wall, but I forgot. The archers are... Whoever's in the towers has to fight dwarves up at the top of the wall. These archers are probably not quite prepared for that. Alright, the snake guys are cavalry, so they'll be able to ride in quickly. You guys are definitely going to wait back here. So, do the snake guys have... No, they can't throw javelins or anything. They do have some kind of trait that I'm having trouble mousing over. Here we go. Okay. It's a construct, immune to terror, becomes unstable when leadership is low like an undead unit, sure. Necrotechs can push it to its full combat potential and restore it in battle. We don't have one of those, but we should probably solve that. Okay. Let's issue our initial orders here while we're paused. Take a look at the situation. So we got guns. Okay, that's a pickaxe. I thought it was a crossbow. We got some bows. We got some guns. They're going to have these 3 towers. So once this tower is actually controlled by them, we'll be able to mouse over it and see its firing radius. But I'm confident that we're not in a lot of danger from it. Actually, you just go straight for the gate. He's going to get a little bit of damage rained down on him, but he's tough. He'll be fine. I think we want to move the archers forward into shooting range. And everybody else just kind of follows behind. Do not run. There is no point in running. And the chariots, honestly, probably don't even have to move up yet. They're fast enough that they can be moved later. Same with the birds. I think we're cool for now. Let's go. Oh, also, what do we have as far as spells go? We have Sand Veil. Not super relevant, actually. That's right, and we don't have... This isn't the army that has the wizard. The wizard's coming, though. He'll be reinforcing in a second. Okay, yeah, we'll be out of this tower's firing range in a second. Oh, actually, this unit of chariots is going to have to move, though. Man, the War Sphinx is actually really eating a lot of damage. Once he gets right up against the door, obviously they won't be able to hit him anymore. Line up as close to the wall as possible. Okay, yeah, the gate is going down quickly. So let's see here. Let's grab all these archers. All them group 2. We're going to try to compress everybody into this side so that we don't have to worry about this gate over here. But unfortunately, that's going to take a minute. I missed one somehow. Yeah, we're definitely going to eat some... we're going to eat a fair amount of damage while we're setting all that up. Alright, quickly. Let's try to buff somebody who's taking damage here. Just want to keep the buff from the what do you call it running? The buff from the passive effect. Okay. Well, this will lessen the volume of fire that we're taking from the walls as our guys get in here. Alright, wow, the gate is down quickly. Okay, so let's take another moment here. What do we have? We have some... Nope, not that guy. Here we go. We have some Longbeards. Charge defense against old foes, but no... Or large foes, but no actual anti-large damage. Just tough dudes. Fortunately, the War Sphinx is like the premier infantry mulching unit of our army, so I do not have much worry on this front. What else? I mean, we need to send some stuff through as quickly as we can. See how many of the charging dudes can get through. Alright, we'll start picking at the guys on the walls with our ranged units, and actually, some of these Nehekaran warriors can start trying to get through the wall, I guess. I think we're not going to rush through with the chaff. If we're going to be fighting in close quarters, I think we probably want to have our elite units at the front. The chaff can play clean up this battle. So let's get some buff for the walls, or some buffs for the wall units. I'm just going to have Settra charge through here and get in. Okay, we have a lot of arrows coming in. Let's keep casting spells. Alright, so let's see what it looks like down here. How are things going? Well, the animation quality's down a little bit due to the extremely large number of things that are happening. But it sure does look like my units are completely trashing theirs. The War Sphinx is just bananas. Oh wow, it breathes fire. I did not know that. Alright, so we should probably think about sending more units up the wall. It looks like the area in front of this tower is largely cleared, and the miners are rapidly losing. So I'm going to send some of our archers up into the towers, I think. Once we have control of the wall, being able to fire down on the units inside from the secure positions up on the wall is really, really helpful. Wait, is this the right thing? Yeah, okay, normal weapon damage. I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally cast the missile damage spell on him. Alright, keep the buffs rolling. Remember, every 7 seconds, our passive effect falls off, so... I think they are losing control of the choke point, though, very quickly. We're actually about to hit our first regeneration threshold. These are just crossbow dudes. You know, we can have a unit of chaff skeletons head up here. Okay, do I care about missile damage? I'm probably going to hold off on that. Just keep casting. Alright, yeah, they've lost control of the wall, which is really bad for them. And I don't feel like we've lost much. Start swarming up the towers. Here's Settra in here, just killing hundreds of dwarves by himself. Oh, no, yeah, stay on that Lord. Absolutely. Plus armor, plus melee defense. I think the War Sphinx is trying to help, but he should probably be focused on these dudes. We haven't really gotten to see what the snakes can do because it's been, you know, it's a very confused situation over here. But they seem to be holding their own against Longbeards, and I think Longbeards are pretty good infantry. They're like tier 2 infantry. They're the higher tier replacement for the warriors. So the fact that they're like not taking any damage at all, just standing in combat against Longbeards, gives me great hope. Oh right, I forgot all about our flying units. Holy crap. Let's see if we can get the chariots through the gate. So yeah, the animation quality has gone all to hell on account of my computer. It has a finite amount of power here. Are you guys almost in control of this tower? It would be really cool if we didn't have to worry about that tower. Everybody on the wall's facing the wrong way, for some reason. They're working on it. Alright, all of the melee units up on the wall need to climb down. Things are going pretty well, though. I think we're outperforming the auto-resolve by a significant amount. Let's start sending random skeleton warriors toward the center. All of these units need to get inside. Charge down and pick off the remaining bow guys. We have control of the towers now. Well, we have control of most of the towers now. Their lord here on the ground is rapidly giving up. And we just hit our second resurrection threshold, or our healing threshold. Yeah, these guys are done for. I would not be surprised to see them start to surrender en masse pretty soon. Alright. Who's still outside the walls? People are coming. Where are all the chariots at? I want to have the chariots sweep around. They're fast enough to get on this side, and at the very least confuse targeting for these guys. If not, you know, actually get a good charge on them. Do it, Settra! Alright, this seems like a good time for an explosion. Yeah, that was alright. Where are my snakes? And my Sphinx. Nope, that's my carrion dudes. So actually, my carrion dudes should get over here, though. Their bombs would be useful. Here's my Sphinx. Shaft of the doorway is largely under control. Get him, Snake Man! Wow. Dwarves have a lot of mass and are very charge resistant. So that's, Dwarves getting flung that distance is really something to see. Alright, let's charge as many of these ranged units as we can. Well, I think this has gone swimmingly. Yeah, and Settra can kind of just hold his own here. His dudes are coming slowly to back him up. He's a heck of a fighter, though. Right, snakes are all over the ranged guys. Yeah, jeez. They have a... Wow! Both of that dwarf's arms came off. You see that? These things are terrifying. That blood and gore pack was totally worth the $3. Yeah, I think that we massively outperformed what the auto-resolve would have done there. Losses about 300. And honestly, I didn't even do that very well, in my opinion. I was not paying enough attention, I was not microing enough, I was not pausing enough to make sure that all of my units had relevant orders. Partially because it's not super fun to play that way, and partially because it's not fun to watch. So that's a book. Oh, we've earned a Blessed Legion. Hold on, we'll look at that in a second. Regiment of Renown, rather.
The second book, a Liber Necrominca. Upon its pages, the invocation for undead animus. As more books are discovered, we traverse more than mere distance. We cross the boundary between the living and the dead.
Yeah, it's not such a big deal. We have crossed it before. Okay, Charnel Valley Necrotect, a fine thing to have around. That's, like, totally okay. So we've wiped out a player. We've gained a large amount of canopic jars and some Lord recruit ranks. Alright, so we have to worry about this. We also have to worry about the Bretonnians.
Village priests have me weary.
What are the actual losses like? Okay. Pretty evenly spread, which is nice, because it means we'll regenerate quickly from them. This is very good, but why don't we pick up some more of this Lord recruitment bonus stuff, or hero recruit rank stuff, because we're probably going to want to pick up a... oh, this is all Tomb Princes, never mind. I was going to say we're going to want to pick up Necrotects, so it'd be good to get this stuff. Still, let's get all of these Tomb Prince bonuses, and then we can recruit some Tomb Princes.
The realm of souls fills with my foes.
Have them come in at nice high levels. Alright, I think we probably want to just take Woundmaker next. What is Over My Dead Body? Okay. Speed and hit points. That's actually not bad. Still going to take Woundmaker. You know, plus 20% weapon strength to a guy who has 400 base weapon strength. It's hard to ignore. Make him a lot better at fighting other lords. The weapon strength boost is kind of wasted against a lot of types of enemies. In particular, if you have him like just mashing up infantry, he's already hitting hard enough that he's killing individual models in one hit a lot of the time. But it's important when you're fighting lords and stuff to have a lot of damage. Makes you better at fighting large targets too. I think we don't really want to spend any more money right now. Is any of this stuff worth upgrading? Is there anything here that's worth upgrading? Oh, we're actually still negative on public order. So we need to upgrade this. Which we can't do. It's already at its maximum level. Well, I would just take a little financial hit. Disable taxation for a minute. Oh yeah, we unlocked a new Regiment of Renown. What is it? Ooh, Armor Sundering. So Armor Sundering is not the same thing as Armor Piercing. When an Armor Sundering unit hits an enemy unit, it actually reduces the amount of armor that they currently have. Obviously, almost always better. Because it means all of the units that are helping you, helping fight it, can contribute more damage. Particularly important to aim, again, at large units that have a lot of health and a lot of armor. I think we're not spending any more money right now. But we do own this region. Let's get growth underway. Never mind, let's get public order underway. I guess we don't really have to tax it. But remember, as soon as we move guys out, its public order is going to plummet. So it'll be good to build up a little bit of a buffer to work with. We got to go up here and raid for a turn to move forward on our first legendary item. And we hit the level that we will be getting now a second legendary item quest on our next turn. So Settra is going to become legitimately terrifying very soon.
You dare approach the imp.
Oh, they want another pact. Do I want to keep these guys around? What is my trade value with them? 209. Doesn't make it easy for us to get spices. Because I don't think it counts if you just have them via trade. Yeah, I don't see another source of spices. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I can't leave this menu to check what we need. Let's take it for now. I'm pretty sure we can't leave that menu to check what we need for our crafting stuff without dismissing the offer. The Blessed Blade of Tra. Obtain access to marble, golden idols, and gemstones. I think we're good on that, right? Like, I don't know if we have all the buildings in place. But we have marble here. We have golden idols in the capital somewhere. Oh no, here. Khemri, here. And then we just picked up gemstones. So we just have to actually build the buildings. That's cool. The Golden Age is long past, but Settra in his infinite pride will see it born anew. As a symbol of intent, he demands a statue be raised in his image, one worthy of the greatest ruler that has ever walked the earth. Some might say, the one true king. It must be an effigy of pure magnificence. Settra issues his orders. Only the finest materials may be used in its construction. Kasabar marble, Tillian gold, and black opals from the Sylvanias. Anything less will arouse his severest displeasure. Okay, and we got our Ushabti buffs just as the Ushabti are headed towards the front lines. And, like I said, thankfully, the Black Pyramid of Nagash guys did not come out to do battle with us. Alright, now I feel comfortable rebuilding the Pools of Despairs. The Pools of Despair. Do I want this building, though? Probably not. Just trash that rather than spending money on it. We need public order buildings, and we need them badly. Okay.
Greatest. My dynasty reigns supreme.
So what we probably should do is dismiss this unit of skeleton archers. Oh, because you're in the wrong stance, is why. Come over here, take the worst unit of Settra skeleton archers, which is actually still pretty good. And then Settra can recruit the Regiment of Renown ones. Okay, cool. So we did extremely well in that battle, and I think we are absolutely good to just press forward here. Which way do we want to go first? The Wizard Caliph's Palace has walls. Not much of a garrison, though. Ooh, an elven port. Or an elven colony, rather. I guess none of his settlements are terribly impressive. It looks like it is actually going to let me attack him. Maybe. It's hard to tell. So let's grab this other army. Move it out to here. I'm not sure if he can retreat from the recruitment stance or not. He can. Okay. Well, we don't get to kill him this turn. We did break whatever recruitment he was doing, so that's good.
Sus, attend! Legions, move!
Okay, we're within each other's reinforcement radius. I am not worried about suffering any consequences on that front. I actually think things are going really well. So we need to upgrade this, which we can do next turn. Get those gemstones locked in. I know we have the idols already. Do we have the marble? We don't. Okay, let's get rid of this building. We can build the marble building there, and then we are well on our way to our legendary. What does it actually do? I know we looked at the other one. What is the sword? +3 public order, all provinces, +12% weapon strength, magical attacks. Enables the sword to blind people. Yeah, okay. Seems pretty alright. Alright, new tech. We probably want to pick up the ability to recruit necrotechs. Right, we're starting to have a lot of constructs, because I think Ushabti are as well. So... what are all these? That's right, these are special followers. I'm not going to worry about that. Here we have a necrotech at 2,500 gold. Here we have a necrotech at 2,500 gold. Alright, well... that's not ideal, but I do really want one. Do I want to get this guy? He's okay. I'm not blown away by the chariots. I might still be using them wrong. So we could get tomb princes, priests. I really wish we had access to necrotechs for jars. How much money do I have? 33.90. I mean, I'm actually making pretty good cash. Camry's not actually going to be ready for an upgrade for like a really long time, thanks to my screw up. You know what? I think we can afford to pay the money. Let's do it. Let's get a necrotect. Settra's army could use a little bit of construct buffing. Yeah, he's going to flee back to his walled settlement. I should have thought of that and had my put my units in march mode and gotten them between him and the walled place. It looks like these guys just don't really have much in the way of defenses, so I think King Wakafa is probably going to be able to just roll right through there. Eventually, we're going to transfer some of his fancy units over to Settra's army, but for now, I think he's going to be able to put him to very good use. I think what we want to do is something like this. Just make it as difficult as possible for him to make it back to the walls.
Do not lie to me.
He probably will be able to go around us, but we've created the largest wall we can safely create. We still want the armies to be close enough to reinforce each other should he attack.
Summon them. Defend your king, slaves. Now we go.
Actually, I guess I don't need to do this. I was thinking, you know, we'll stay on our side of the line so that we can replenish, but he's actually in perfect health. Let us threaten. So they have 2 settlements. They're both walled. That's smart.
I will not blight my soul.
They are building up that army quickly. This might be tougher than I was hoping. Okay, now we may as well go for some of this stuff because we have, thanks to our new book, a surplus of jars. We could start working on another army capacity. Yeah, that might be a better idea. Let's see if any of these like really jump out at me as things we desperately need. Skeleton archers get hawkish precision. I wish I knew what that did. Skeleton chariots have vanguard deployment. Your sphinxes get bonus versus large. This actually will probably be pretty important if we are still fighting Tomb King versus Tomb King when everybody has top tier units. Because our sphinxes will have to kill their sphinxes probably. Plus 10 armor and plus 12% weapon strength for Tomb Guard. This guy is totally valuable. And I don't know what the death blow ability does, but this seems like it could also be good for us. Let's grab the Herald of Mahrak. We certainly have more jars than we need right now. Okay, we do need to get that going. But we probably don't want to do any other settlement upgrades right now. We probably want to just hold on. We should definitely turn off taxation here. Okay, once all the provincial instability is gone, we'll be fine. But that's... well, I guess we're going to gain 4 public order in a second. So yeah, it should bleed off faster than we hit negative 100. Never mind. We'll be okay. Okay, this stuff. We could recruit the Storm Riders of Xar. This is probably something we should be thinking about. What do we need spices for? Is there anything that we really need spices for? Potion of Strength, which I don't think is very good. Armor of Eternity and Armor of Dawn and Scorpion Armor. So all of the good armors require spices. That's worth noting. And one particular blade. Okay, so not having access to spices is not really like the end of the world. 250 would put us down to about 100 jars. Well, I don't think we're going to need to recruit a new fancy lord soon. I think we can probably afford to do that. If I hadn't moved him out of friendly territory, we could immediately recruit them. Well, we'll get them in a minute. We'll get them next time somebody is in friendly territory. These guys are about to be in friendly territory, actually, once we make this friendly. I gotta say, this may be a this may be a pretty minor thing, and I'm sure for people who are actually good at Total War, it's not a big deal. But I'm really pleased with how the siege at Vulture Mountain went. I feel like I did a good job. Alright, so Archon has kicked the little army out of the palace, ensuring their doom. Oh, we need to check in with the other factions and see what we can negotiate trade-wise. I could certainly be getting free money. No, don't go. Alright. Well, we do have to fall back and raid for one turn anyway for our quest, so we can just do that now. It looks like this guy's not going to be mounting Bretonnian heads on pikes just yet.
Bow before your king.
Settra has a number of Tomb Guard in his army already. He should definitely get the Herald. Plus 12% weapon strength. That's a heck of a buff. What a good follower. Alright. I mean, our 2 stacks together should just be able to take this, and then once that has fallen, that'll be the vast majority of their strength. But hold on, before I forget, who else could we trade with? The Dune Kingdoms? Oh hey, the Dune Kingdoms are actually regarding us very positively. Oh, they have that thing that makes them count great power as a positive modifier.
When you're together, we may be as mighty as Henry. You defy me?
Oh, it is so my dream to be as mighty as Henry. Well, their territory doesn't look super valuable to me. I guess I don't have access to wine right now, or furs. Yeah, okay, we could end up just fighting them, and the trade agreement wouldn't have been terribly valuable, so I guess that's not a big loss. The Knights of Origo are holding for now. These guys hate us. All of the High Elves, they have nothing positive to help get over the great power problem. Alright, it looks like we are probably not going to be able to negotiate any other trade stuff anytime soon. The Dune Kingdoms might go for some friendly stuff in the foreseeable future. Sometime.
Submit to your king, Dune King of Nehekara.
I have to have 50% movement left. I was trying to see if I could make it back over the border, recruit the Region of Renown, and then come back in and still be able to do the thing. But alright, if we're not able to, I guess there's not really much reason for me to move at all. Oh wow, raiding income is not very reduced with these guys. So okay, raiding is a serious source of money. Relative to all of our other sources of money. Seems very good.
Settra lost. Perish. Slay for Settra. Defeat is impossible.
I think we're basically just going to do the same thing that we did to the dwarves at Vulture Mountain.
Defend your king, slaves.
And I think we'll probably just chill right here for now. So... we're like 4 or 5 turns off of... 3 turns off of upgrading Khemri still. Due to my misstep. Alright, I think we probably at this point just start researching a new dynasty. So what's cool? What else is good? Oh, I still haven't gotten this proclamation. It's not a bad one. It's not amazing. So construction costs down. Bonuses for stuff we don't have. Hyro Titans, Tomb Guard. Yeah, Tomb Guard buffs are significant. Income from sacking and looting up. This guy likes Ushabti. Yeah, alright, 4th Dynasty. +1 army, but we will unfortunately lose even more research speed. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, we need to build some trade buildings, though. So here, I know that I need access to marble. And then over here, we should be able to start the gemstone build. Nope, 3 more turns, in fact. May as well turn on taxation. And yeah, this will be under control. Okay. Man, 16 turns until we get that next army capacity. Well, we will certainly have the jars necessary to get a good new lord by then. Better run, King Ratik. You saw him. He sat there for a moment. He considered going back to try to save Archon. And he was like, you know what? Every skeleton for himself. Alright, so we successfully raided. A barbarian chief draped in ancient gold and gem-studded trinkets is dragged before Settra. He is larger by far than the average human and wears a growling mask of surliness, but Settra revels in the terror that lurks behind his eyes. The creature's soul is forfeit, of course. Fakth, probably, demands eternal justice, and Settra his due. What will be the manner of this insect's passing? So we could get +3 experience for skeleton unit recruits for all armies for 10 turns.
Continues.
Seems terrible. Or a massive... What? How is this a choice? As much fun as it would be to flay him and raise him, I think we, good sacrifice here. As the knife strikes home and the Norskin exhales his last, a glow suffuses Settra's troop, and a bright beam pierces the firmament, highlighting a point of land far distant. Alright. Where's that point? Oh, we'll be able to teleport to this once our lord is not busy. Deep in the Ice-Tooth Mountains, a Norskin host lurks in wait. Their leader knows he harbors a relic of great significance, even if he does not glean its origin. In due course he will know the truth and its terrible price. The king will not be denied a second time. Today, Settra will regain his crown and exact his bloody vengeance. Oh, this is a proper Chaos army. Okay, well, Chaos Marauders are high damage but low defense units. Poor armor, poor melee defense. So that's not too bad. Hell Cannons are terrifying. Hell Cannons really do a ton of damage. They got some Chaos Warriors, they got some Knights, they got Armored Trolls, and a Giant, which is absolutely no joke. This actually looks like a fairly hard battle. Well, it's not something to worry about for a couple of turns. Let's step him around this side. I want to try to keep an eye on what's going on over here. Now that this is done... Well, we have a ton of money now, because completing quest steps is worth a lot of money. So what do I want to do with that money? We could upgrade this to allow us to get catapults. We might want to get catapults, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Anything else super pressing? No, not really. Okay. 2 more turns till the gemstone mine's available. It would be nice to have proper artillery. And actually, it might be super valuable against that quest battle. Since those guys don't really have a lot of range and don't have a ton of fast-moving units, the catapults should really wreak havoc on those marauders as they approach. I wonder how many catapults we're allowed to get. Oh, they're going for it. Wait, why can't he help? He's definitely within range. There's no question about that. Well, they have a unit of Ushabti. But aside from that, this is actually a pretty bad army. Ooh, they have a Tomb Scorpion. Well, it would be annoying to have to do this. Like, this is very strange. Our reinforcement army is, without question, in range. I'm going to fall back. If they want to fight me, they can do it without their garrison. We'll just have to start rebuilding our siege towers. And we'll have to keep our armies apparently right on top of each other. He was definitely still within the red circle, but whatever. All it does is slow us down by a turn. And we'll get a little bit of information on Tomb Scorpions from the battle, so that's cool. We'll get to know whether it's worth trying to build them or not. Weapon damage plus 20 for all armies of all factions. Who doesn't have a little bloodlust? Yeah, see, if I were to attack the city right now, I would have him as reinforcement. Yeah. That's, it's pretty weird. Oh, maybe it's because he was basically in an encamped stance? It shouldn't be. Because, like I said, obviously he can still serve as reinforcements. But here we are. Alright, let's threaten both of the Bretonnian settlements. That army's going to have to make a choice. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do this. Next turn, we'll finally be able to get our upgrade going in Khemri. I don't really want to spend money right now. Yo, for real, end turn. I have so many settlement upgrades available. Yeah, I'm very curious to see the Tomb Scorpion in action, because it seems like a really cool unit. It seems like the kind of unit that's so cool that I would definitely run it even if it's maybe a little suboptimal. As long as we find out that it's not garbage, basically, I'm down. Orion's camp was taken. The bowmen of Orion are destroyed. They got pretty hostile with us, so in that sense, I'm glad to see this happened. But also, that means Carrick Zorn has fewer things to worry about on the other side of them, which hopefully will not lead to them turning their eyes to us for something to do. Alright, 2 turns until we get the catapult. We will have 1 capacity.
Submit to your king. All shall perish.
Alright, we have to build a ram.
My legions, rise!
There's a chance these guys will come out and try to squish us between them and the garrison, and if they do, we will fight them. I think we probably will win. Okay, here in the Eye of the Panther, we need to build that, and once we've done that, we've got another quest step completed. And I think that's all we're doing this turn. This time we don't have to worry about our settlements begging for upgrades, because we don't have the gold to upgrade anything. I think things are going pretty well. I am eager to get the Lesser King's army out onto the ocean searching for loot, because we really could use a big influx of cash right now. The Dune Kingdoms are getting pretty positive toward us. Alright, here they come. He does have a lot of knights. The game suspects that we will get totally owned here. It might not be wrong. Let's think. If we do fall back, then... what does that mean? If we do fall back, then they'll probably be able to chase us, but he'll have to fight us without his garrison. That said, his units are the scary ones. We really should probably trade out a bunch of these warriors for spears, because we're going to have to fight a lot of cavalry. You know what, let's just dance with him for a little while. Ooh, okay, we ran through the city to the other side where the garrison was still within range. I think the only thing that saved us there was that he didn't have the movement range to come after us. You should not be able to retreat through the city you are sieging, probably. Oh, what now? Despite the best efforts of our chief necrotect, one of our tombs has started to sink back into the sand once more, before giving up its illustrious arcane secrets. If we do not act quickly to shore up its entrance, we risk losing everything we have thus far gained. So we can reinforce the workers to take a growth penalty to everything, or we could take a huge casualty replenishment rate penalty. I think we can afford to lose a little bit of growth. That's not a big deal.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
Not easy for me to get back to friendly territory. This is like, the way he should have run, obviously, is this way, right? You should, in general, flee away from your foes, not through them, and you should flee toward friendly territory, not away from it. So... I'm not going to be able to make the changes I need to make here. Well, at the very least, this is keeping Baron Thagan occupied, so he's not raiding our territory. Let's pick up evasion. We're working our way toward what I assume are some powerful spells. Okay, a large area attack and defense debuff seems good. 15 is a pretty high cost, though. And here, 12 damage, or 12 cost for a Vortex. I do usually like Vortex spells. You can usually get a lot of damage out of them by just casting them once your units have secured the positions of enemies. Alright. One more turn till we have 4 towers, and thus the ability to do to these guys what we did at the Mount Vulture, Vulture Mountain. Let's go ahead and get an upgrade. We could turn taxation back on here now, thanks to the obelisk. What do we want to do here at the Pools of Despair? Probably just run an income building, right? We want these everywhere for both of the things that they do, so... you know what? Growth. Let's go for growth first. So I would like to level up the province as a whole. Alright, you're exactly where you need to be. When we get to 200 jars, we should decide what we want to... which lord we want to recruit. Actually, it's probably the guy from the new dynasty, isn't it? So I guess it'll be a while. So when Khemri finishes upgrading, we're going to have access to Great Ushabti, who I assume will be cool. These guys are making me nervous. We should try to secure a non-aggression pact or something. Oh, are they going to come after us? Okay, well, we can't retreat this time, due to us being in march stance, due to the completely insane position that the army ended up in. So I guess we fight. I do not trust the AI to manage this battle. This is going to be tough. He has a lot of cavalry. 6 units of real charging cav, plus 2 units of missile cavalry, although pretty weak missile cavalry. Now, we do have chariots. What's his horses? Ah, the tooltips. The tooltips always stop working partway through the loading screen, which is annoying. I want to see his speed relative to our chariot speed. Because these guys might not be as safe as they often are, if his horses can outrun them. The good news is we do have the Ushabti. The bad news is most of his infantry are anti-large, so we want to be careful and not engage the Ushabti on them directly. Okay, we do have Halberd Tomb Guard. Halberd Tomb Guard should be very good at fighting horses. But this might be a tough one, or which is to say we might lose this one horribly. And remember, if we lose, it's not like a lot of factions where we limp away with an injured army. If we lose, we will lose everything, because when our morale crashes, all of our units will just die. But also, we have a much easier time putting our army back together than a lot of forces do. And the choke point here will help, this will make his charges a little bit less effective. Okay, so we definitely want the Tomb Guard. I'd say let's put the Halberd Tomb Guard like here and here. And then we'll use skeleton warriors to absorb the brunt of the charge, and the halberd guys can come through a little bit. Actually, maybe what we want is something more like this. And then we'll do the same on this side. Give me 3 units of skeletons to work with. So obviously I want to keep the Tomb Guard. The Tomb Guard will take the charge better than the Skeleton Warriors do, but I really want to spare them as much damage as possible. I put these guys here so they can turn toward whatever they need to turn toward easily. And then we just have a bunch more stuff. Our units are going to get completely obliterated in straight combat. This is potentially very bad. We have to rely on some trickery here. The Ushabti kind of in the middle because I don't know what to do with them. So remember, these guys have to come to us. Alright, their missile cav are 92 speed, their others are about 75. And our guys are 74. So we are actually slower than all of their horses, which means that our missile cavalry are just bad archers, basically, for the purposes of this. They'll still be able to pick off infantry pretty easily, if we can contain the other guys to some degree. 34 attack, 46 defense. We really want to save the carrion until the enemies engage, and the carrion should fall on their backsides, basically. Oh yeah, we have a unit of Tomb Guard. Those guys should probably have been on this side. Well, whatever. It's fine. Let's let them come to us. These Shabti are cool looking. They're good anti-infantry, but we don't want them to be attacked by the infantry that we have here. We want them to be able to hit them in the back or the side. Well, he's marching forward slowly, so he has 3 lords. Or 3 hero guys. A lord and 2 hero guys. Not a lot of casting, but very, very good fighters. Paladins. So, this is going to be bad. This is going to be a tough one. The suspense. We could probably fast forward this a little bit. Man, their missile cavalry has much better range than mine does. They are going to be in range of us before we are in range of them. No, maybe not. No, we have range on them. Arrows are more effective against large targets because they do not miss. Okay. So now that they've kind of declared a strategy, this whole column of guys is going to advance up this side. We're going to try to let the swords go first. The Ushabti should probably follow. How fast are Ushabti? They are 54. Okay, fast, actually. Yeah, we'll have the Ushabti follow, because I want to get some flanks on. The archers are already doing their thing. This chariot, I guess, can come around and do some morale damage by shooting people in the back as well. Alright, it looks like they're planning to lead with their infantry, maybe? No straight-up cavalry charges. It's going to be tough for them to get good charges off this way. I'm glad the Tomb Guard are on this side now. My lord is very slowly working through these guys. Okay. Let's issue some more specific orders. I'm actually going to turn off skirmish mode on these guys. I don't want them moving at all without my order. Okay, they're starting to turn some of the horses around. Let's try to pin these horses in place. The Ushabti have a small bonus versus infantry. Actually, they should be pretty good at fighting the horses. They won't have the knockdown against the knights, but if we kind of just devote all of our stuff to fighting these knights over here, we actually can probably bring them down pretty quickly. And I'm going to move Carrion over this way. Actually, never mind. You should shoot those guys. Okay, we are rapidly losing confidence in ourselves. Hit these guys in the back. Unfortunately, we might see our carrion start losing a lot of health very quickly here, but we've restored a little bit of morale, at least with our charge. How's this going? Wow. We seem to have spooked them. Alright, I'm going to have the chariot turn off skirmish mode and just chase these guys. Do not let them get away. And everybody else over here, push. So yeah, our units are getting obliterated. Their units are doing just fine. To be expected. Their units are mostly better than ours. Again, I would like to complain, though. This army should not have been attackable in this fashion, because our retreat from that assault was completely nuts. Man, Ushabti are fast. Okay, there comes the first regeneration. Boy, we didn't, Carrion didn't really get away. What are you doing? Go. Alright, this is about to be like our moment, though. If we have any chance at all, it's right here. Ooh, wow. Alright, Ushabti are pretty good at fighting horses. That's something we've learned. Are you... Okay, you are in range. Get in here. Alright, we don't have a lot of tricks to really work with here, but the one thing that we can do, we are doing. Okay. We are enduring a lot of unnecessary damage from these stupid yeomen. My chariot micro could be better. We're getting real close to our free Ushabti summon. Actually, we'll have the halberd guys get in here. Oh, they're faltering. They do not like the charge. Okay, that's working. And if they kill many more of us, we're going to get free Ushabti in a second, like we just did. I think we may have run them off. Why can I not issue an attack order? There we go. Get him! Yeah, wow. Ushabti in the middle of a massive infantry is a real slaughtering. They're gonna give up. We've overwhelmed them with our spookiness. I guess, you know, I'm looking at their stats and our stats and thinking, oh, we're gonna have a hard time with a lot of them. But one thing I wasn't really thinking about is the fact that almost all of our units cause fear. It's like, it's unpleasant for the Bretonnians just to be near us. Get these guys. Alright, about half of their army didn't come back. It seems like. And the rest of them are already faltering again. Oh, there's the route. Flags with the skulls is permanent break. Okay, that's pretty awesome. And we didn't really even lose that much, it looks like. The carrion are dead. We lost a couple units of normal skeletons, but... yeah, maybe only one unit of normal skeletons. Not too shabby. 145 kills on the Ushabti. I think we really need to get more of these guys. Fortunately, every Tier 3 settlement could hold an Ushabti building. The Great Bow version requires level 4, but we could get a lot of normal ones. I think we should probably take the immediate replenishment, because that's going to give us a better shot at chasing these guys down and immediately killing them. So we'll just step back over the line, do some recruitment, and then go in. But unfortunately, that is going to have to wait for next time. So we've done this, got 2,000 gold, which is extremely welcome. Okay, the next part of the Blessed Blade is for Settra to kill 1,000 enemies in battle. That should be very easy. The materials having been secured, a design for the statue is presented. It is a stunning 200-foot likeness of the king in his youth, raising aloft the blessed blade of that guy. He experiences a rare flash of pleasure, which swiftly turns to rage. His blade! Ensconced still in its reliquary, that none might grasp it while he slept. It must be returned. But first, fresh laborers must be raised for the statue's completion. Settra demands nothing less than a massacre. So we will gain Nehekaran Pride, which is awesome, and Nehekaran Splendor, which is awesome. Okay, those are some very good buffs. Kill 1,000 enemies in battle. That should be trivial over here. And the towers are complete, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be it for us for today. We have a lot of very exciting stuff coming in the next episode, so come back next time for that, and we'll see you then. See, Settra's coming. You should too.